What's going on, Jerome's? It is time for the weekly, hey, what if the Vikings traded Kirk Cousins to Team X video. Now, if and when Jim Harbaugh becomes the next head coach of the Vikings, I do think that Kirk Cousins stays put. Maybe they add a void year or years to the contract to help thin out the 2022 salary cap hit, because I think Harbaugh wants to win right away, and I think that he sees Kirk Cousins as a QB he can work with, a la Alex Smith in San Francisco, and trying to get things done. But if a team came in and made the right offer, the Vikings do have to consider it. Kwesi adofo-mensah, he wouldn't be doing his job as general manager if he didn't at least think about it. But like we mentioned, Kirk Cousins played the best football of his career last season. He still is relatively young, going to turn 34 next season, although that's also not, even though that's not old, it's also not young, right? But still, the Vikings in their spot want to win some games 2022. Kirk does give them the best chance, so you're not just going to give them away for nothing, even though you would like to free up $35 million in cap space for next year. But Rick Stroud, Tampa Bay Times, very well-respected, well-regarded beat writer for the Buccaneers for a long time, heated up a piece entitled "Who Could Be Behind Door Number 2 for the Bucs?" Because with Tom Brady retiring, the only quarterback on the rooster right now is second-year quarterback Kyle Trask, who was taken last year at the ass end of the second round, right before Kellen Mond. And Trask, coming out of Florida, and the Bucs, I mean, Bruce Arians, BA, he's coming back for another season. He wants to win another Super Bowl. He got a taste of the nice 2 years ago, and I think that he thinks that he has a roster that they can do that with. The defense is still solid. Todd Bowles still going to be running things with the Bucs, and even though they're probably going to lose Chris Godwin to free agency and probably Leonard Fournette, there's still a lot of pieces there. There still is a lot. Oh, Gronk's going to retire too, but that's whatever. But there's still a lot to like with the Bucs. You got Mike Evans. You got that great offensive line. You got that good defense. You got Antoine Winfield. Even though, hey, don't leave Winfield singled up against Cooper Kupp. Top Bulls, you get out of here. But if they want to compete in 2022, they would probably have to find a better quarterback than Kyle Trask. So this is where it gets interesting. This is what he wrote. Kirk Cousins. You like that? Or maybe you don't. But Cousins is in the final year of his contract. Statistically, he's been one of the better quarterbacks in the league for a number of years. The Vikings will have a new coach and GM who may want to start over. Teams like the Niners, Panthers, and others could be interested. The problem is, well, first off, I don't think the Niners will be interested because they traded up all that draft capital to go get Trey Lance. You're not going to, even though it would be a pipe dream, it would be lovely if the Vikings were able to trade Kirk Cousins to the Niners. The Niners got rid of Jimmy G, and then the Niners sent Trey Lance to Minnesota. That ain't going to happen. They invested too much in Trey Lance. It's not going to happen. And the Panthers picked up Sam Darnold's fifth-year option, so they may be stuck. But continuing on, the problem is that Cousins is guaranteed $35 million in 2022, and not many teams have a ton of salary cap space. And the Bucs are one of those teams. They currently have $6.98 million in cap space, and that includes Tom Brady is going to be carrying some dead cap, about $20 million this year, because he signed a 1-year extension. They added a void year, so he is going to be on their books. So it's going to take a lot of cap gymnastics by Jason Licht and company, John Spytek also. So maybe they could get something done. Obviously, hashtag cap is a myth, and adding void years or possibly extending Cousins and reworking the deals of Mike Evans or Ali Marpet or some of the other big contracts they have on the books, they could do it. Everything is doable, right? Kicking that can down the road. But also looking at their draft capital. So they're drafting at the ass end of the first round, 27 overall, and then 27, 16, 91 bingo. And like we mentioned, we're not going to give Kirk Cousins away. Like if Jim Harbaugh wants Kirk Cousins to stay here, they'll keep him. Maybe even with a small, tiny extension to thin out the 2022 cap it. Maybe. But say the Bucs came in with an offer of a 1, a 3, and a future 3. You'd have to think about it. I think you would, because looking at it from the Bucs perspective, they have the Super Bowl caliber roster, great defense, Mike Evans, and a very good offensive line. Kirk Cousins could be a turnkey quarterback. Just plop him in, and you're good to go. And if Leftwich doesn't get the Jacksonville job, even though he probably is, I mean, you have the entire band back together. And at 27. This is not a high-end quarterback class. I don't think even at 27, or even if you maneuver, you're getting a quarterback like a I don't know, like a Sam Howell or a Pickett or a Carson Strong, I don't think you're going to start them right away and have the same expectations next season as you would with a veteran like Kirk Cousins. So I understand it from the Bucs perspective. Their Super Bowl window is open. It's just wedged open like that much right there, and they still want to try and crawl through it. BA's trying to lift that Jerome Barty for a second time. So I understand from the Bucs perspective, but I don't know. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, let's just roll with Kirk. Like, Jimmy H is coming in to win a couple games, and Kirk does give the Vikings the best chance. So let's just go for it. I mean, screw it. And if it doesn't work out, you know what? Whatever. And just because you keep Kirk Cousins doesn't mean that you have to get rid of Dalvin and Thielen or Harrison or Daniil or Kendricks. No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Like we said, there's always money in the banana stand. Hashtag Kirk of the mouth. So you can rework deals, reconstruct. You can restructure deals. You can add a void year to Cousins' contract. If you want to keep players in Minnesota, they can do that. But yeah, of course, you're just kicking that can down the road, sacrificing a little bit of the future. But what can you do? We live in the present now, man. Yeah, be present. Go for a Jerome Barty. But again, hey, Bucs. Actually, I've changed my mind. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy as 1, 2. Wait, no, that's the line. Doesn't matter. Yeah, bring the heat, bring the cheddar, and you're gonna take on all of that contract. Don't care at all. But your thoughts are thoughts. Tampa Bay beat writer Rick Stroud, Kirk Cousins, Buccaneers? Question mark? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.